Penny, where the hell are you? We were supposed to meet at the cafe today, remember? You're not just late, you're really late. I've been waiting for almost an hour.
Mia, I'm so sorry. I was just about to head out the door when I suddenly went into labor. I'm at the hospital right now.
Wait, what? Are you serious? But your due date isn't for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but it looks like the baby had other plans. They admitted me right away, and I'll probably be giving birth tomorrow. Things have calmed down for now, but I'm staying overnight just in case.
You've got to be kidding me.
I'm really sorry. Everything happened so fast, and I couldn't even get a message to you until now. I hate to cancel like this, especially since I was looking forward to seeing you.
No, this isn't just some little cancellation. I needed to talk to you today. I rearranged my whole work schedule just for this meeting.
I get it, and I'm honestly so sorry. It's been a while since we saw each other, and I wanted to catch up too. But I promise, as soon as I'm discharged, I'll call you. Can we talk then?
No, it'll be too late by then. This was something I needed to say before you gave birth.
Wait, what? It's that urgent?
Of course it is, and you being rushed to the hospital now just complicates everything. You know what? Fine, I'm coming to the hospital right now. I'm bringing the divorce papers. I need you to sign them today.
What? Divorce papers? What the hell are you talking about?
Don't act confused. This is the only chance I have to get this done. Once the baby's born, everything gets complicated legally. So it has to happen now, before that kid arrives. I need you to divorce Cedric.
Wait, what? You can't just drop something like that on me. Why would I divorce Cedric? And why are you of all people asking me to? This doesn't make any sense.
You always were a little slow on the uptake. Isn't it obvious? I'm going to marry him. Cedric and I have been seeing each other for a year.
What did you just say?
Yeah, a full year. He said ever since you got pregnant, you've been distant, cold. He was lonely, heartbroken. So I stepped in. I gave him what you wouldn't.
No, this is a joke. This has to be a joke, right? You're telling me you've been sleeping with my husband while I'm pregnant?
At first, it was just physical, a short-term distraction, something harmless. But over time, it became real. We started falling for each other. You pushed him away, Penny. I simply picked up the pieces.
You're unbelievable. I'm about to give birth tomorrow. I've been carrying his child for 9 months, and you choose now to tell me this? The day before I go into labor?
I knew it would hurt you, but I didn't want to drag it out any longer. And honestly, you only have yourself to blame. You used your morning sickness as an excuse to slack off. You stopped cooking, cleaning, being affectionate. Do you have any idea how neglected Cedric felt?
Are you kidding me? I could barely stand up some days. I was vomiting constantly. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I asked him to stop wearing that overpowering cologne because the smell made me sick, and he didn't even care. He kept spraying it on like nothing. I wasn't avoiding him. I was just trying to survive.
Here you go again with the excuses. You've always been so dramatic. This is why Cedric lost interest. He wants someone who makes him feel wanted again. Someone like me. And he told me himself he wants to be with me for good. That's why I brought the divorce papers. You're going to sign them today.
You know what? If Cedric is the kind of man who cheats on his pregnant wife with her sister, then I don't want him. You can have him, but don't expect me to keep quiet about this.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'm done playing nice. You think you've won because you snatched him behind my back? Go ahead, marry him. Let's see how long he stays loyal to you. Because if he could betray his pregnant wife this easily, don't think he won't do the same to you one day.
Wow, jealous much?
No, just done. You broke something that can't be fixed. Both of you did, and I'm not going to raise my child in the shadow of this mess. You want a signature? Fine, I'll give you one. But not because you won, because I'm walking away.
Penny.
Save it. I'll be a single mother, and I'll be damn good at it. My child will grow up knowing the truth, and I'll make sure they never have to rely on liars like you or Cedric.
You'll regret this. You can't raise a child alone. You're not strong enough.
Watch me, and when you're stuck with a man who cheats, lies, and gaslights, don't come crying to me. You chose this. You both did. Now live with it.
You're being emotional. You'll calm down later.
No, I've never been clearer. Enjoy your fairy tale. I'll be busy building a real life, one that doesn't revolve around betrayal.
Hey, Penny! It's been a while. How you been holding up? I bet the kid's grown a lot by now, huh?
What is this all of a sudden? I don't have anything to say to a man who divorced me the day before I gave birth.
Whoa, what's with that cold tone? I know it's been a while, but come on. We were married once. And that kid, he's still my son whether you like it or not. You could have at least let me know what's going on, especially if it's urgent.
If you want to play the dad card, how about starting by paying your child support? You haven't sent a dime in over 6 months. It's been a real burden, Cedric.
Wow, right out of the gate with the money talk, huh?
I've told you before, I want a lump sum payment. The less I have to deal with you, the better. So please, just get the money together and end this properly.
Wait, actually, that's why I'm contacting you today. I wanted to talk about that.
Talk? About what exactly?
I can't pay child support anymore. Not now, not ever again. You're on your own from here on out.
Excuse me? Are you seriously saying that to me? You're still the father, Cedric. You don't just walk away from that responsibility. It's not even that much. I've only asked for $100 a month.
And I'm telling you, even that is impossible now. I'm completely tapped out. Everything I make is going into Mia's care.
Mia's care? What are you talking about?
Your sister, well, I guess technically your former sister, she had a major accident about 6 months ago. She's bedridden now, completely immobile.
Wait, what? You mean she can't move her arms or legs? Is there any chance she'll recover? With therapy or something?
Nope. She suffered a spinal cord injury. Doctors said the change is permanent. We can only keep her muscles from deteriorating further by moving her body manually every day. But she'll never walk again. She can't even sit up on her own.
No, that's horrific. How did this even happen? What kind of accident was it?
It happened right after you and I got divorced. Mia and I got married, and we went to Hawaii for a kind of honeymoon. We were celebrating, drinking a lot. She slipped on some stairs, hit her back. That was it. One wrong step and everything changed.
That's just awful. Falling when drunk. That's something that happens all the time. But for it to end like that?
Yeah, no one saw it coming. The guilt is eating me alive, Penny. She's trapped in her body, but her mind is still sharp. And she lashes out constantly. She complains nonstop about the way I care for her. I'm working full-time and coming home to this every day. It's killing me, mentally and physically.
That sounds like an absolute nightmare. Mia must still be trying to come to terms with it all. It's probably easier for her to take it out on you than face the fear and frustration head on. Anyone would feel terrified if their body just stopped working one day.
Penny, how are you still this kind? Even after everything we did to you, even after Mia stole your husband, you still try to understand her feelings? You really are incredible. You know what? I knew reaching out to you was the right call. If anyone could help me through this, it's you!
Hold on, are you seriously about to ask me to help take care of Mia?
Of course! Come on, you're a kind, reliable woman. I know you'd never abandon someone in need, especially your own sister.
Are you out of your mind? I feel for what she's going through, but that doesn't mean I'm getting involved. Her condition has nothing to do with me anymore. And no, I'm not helping. Don't ever contact me about this again.
What? You're really going to turn your back on us? Mia's your family! She needs you! What kind of person are you? You think it's okay to raise a kid while acting so cold and heartless?
Don't you dare preach to me about responsibility. You cheated. You lied. You broke our family apart without a second thought, and now you expect me to jump in and clean up your mess?
Shut up! Come on, just help me already! I'm losing my job over this! If you agree to help, you can even move in with us! We can all live together! Think of how much money you'd save on rent!
You've got to be kidding.
You're a single mom now, right? Must be hard on your own. Kid expenses, food, rent. But if you help out with Mia, you can stay here rent-free. It's a win-win.
Wow, you seriously think saving a bit of rent is worth becoming a full-time caregiver? 365 days a year, cleaning, feeding, bathing. I'd rather just get a second job and pay rent than live like that.
But think of the child! This kind of environment would be so educational! Being around someone with disabilities from a young age would teach compassion, empathy. Our kid could grow up to be a gentle, thoughtful caregiver!
Hold on, are you seriously thinking of making our child help care for Mia?
Why not? Mia is technically still their aunt. Family helps family, regardless of age. Besides, I've already done more than my share. Now it's your turn to deal with your sister.
Yeah, about that. I'm an only child.
Huh?
Mia? She's not my sister. Not anymore. Actually, she never really was. She was adopted. We ended the adoption after everything she did.
Wait, what are you saying? Mia's adopted? Since when? And you canceled the adoption?
Mia was originally my cousin. Her parents died in an accident when she was still a baby. My parents took her in because they couldn't have kids back then. They raised her as their own. Then, a few years later, I was born.
Holy crap!
We grew up like sisters, sure. My parents never treated her any differently. But after she slept with you, my husband, and then married you, they were done. They said if you're going to marry your sister's husband, we're dissolving the adoption.
They really did that?
Yep, and Mia didn't even hesitate. She chose you over them. Said something like, "I'll always be grateful, but I'd rather marry the man I love."
So, she really has no legal ties to you anymore?
That's right. I'm an only child. Mia isn't my sister. She's just some woman who betrayed me and destroyed my family. I don't owe her a damn thing, so stop trying to guilt-trip me into caregiving. You two made your bed, now lie in it.
No way! No one ever told me any of this! I thought you were just being bitter! But she's really not your family anymore? Then who do I even turn to now?
That's your problem, not mine. And if Mia can still talk, then maybe you two should talk. You're husband and wife now. Figure it out together, just like you chose to.
Legally nothing, huh? That's all I am to you now? After all those years of being family, I was your big sister.
Are you seriously going to abandon me like this? Wait, Mia? You can message me? I thought you couldn't even move your hands.
I can't, not on my own. I use voice input. Takes forever, but I manage. More importantly, why are you refusing to help me? Cedric told me he asked you to help with my care.
He did, but I see no reason to. No obligation, no value in it. And you didn't lose your memory when you got hurt, right? So you still remember exactly what you did.
Come on, that's cruel, Penny. Yes, I know what I did. Stealing your husband. That was horrible. But I'm different now. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm helpless. Don't you feel even a little sorry for me?
I feel sorry for what happened, sure. No one deserves to live like that. But do I care? Not really. Because I've lived through hell too, Mia. You wrecked my marriage. You shattered my family. And now I'm a single mother trying to survive. You think you're the only one who had their life fall apart?
Then can you at least talk to Mom and Dad? I'm too scared to contact them myself. But maybe, if they hear what happened, they'll want to help. You're still living with them, right?
Yeah, I moved back in with them once I realized how tough this was going to be. And guess what? I already told them everything. Your accident, your condition, your need for support.
And? What did they say?
They said, word for word, we have no intention of helping her.
What? No, they wouldn't say that. Not Mom and Dad. They raised me like their own.
They did, and they loved you for a long time. But even they have limits. Mom's sitting beside me right now. Want to hear her exact words?
Go ahead.
Whatever her life has become, it's the path she chose. She cut ties with us when she married her sister's husband. She made that decision with her own mouth, so she doesn't get to come crawling back now that it all went wrong.
No, they wouldn't turn their backs on me. Not completely. Not now.
They already have. You stopped being their daughter when you threw away everything they gave you, and I stopped being your sister the moment you betrayed me without even flinching.
But I was in love. It wasn't just about Cedric. He made me feel seen, wanted, like I mattered. You and I both know I always felt like the outsider. He made me feel like I belonged.
You were family. That was your place. But I guess it wasn't enough for you. You wanted what I had. You saw my husband, my child, and you wanted it for yourself.
I didn't mean to. I didn't plan to take him. It just happened. We connected. I know it sounds awful, but love doesn't always make sense.
No, it doesn't. But consequences always do. And now you're living with yours. Don't look to me to save you from it.
You really hate me that much?
I don't know what I feel anymore, but if you want honesty, I don't pity you. You made your choice. You picked Cedric over this family, over me, even when Mom and Dad told you they'd cut ties. You still walked away with that smug little smile.
That's not fair. I was just trying to be happy.
You destroyed my happiness for your own. And now that yours has crumbled, you want me to help you rebuild. You want to lean on the sister you tossed aside.
I'm still your sister, Penny. That doesn't change.
No, Mia, you were my sister. But here's the part you clearly forgot. You're adopted. And when you chose to marry my husband, our parents dissolved the adoption. You're not legally my sister. Not emotionally, not morally, not anything. You're just a person I used to know. Nothing more.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They took you in out of love, out of compassion. You were Dad's cousin's kid. Your parents died in that crash, and ours took you in, and they raised you like you were their own. They gave you everything, and when they begged you to not marry the man who shattered their biological daughter's life, you said, and I quote, "I'm grateful for all you've done, but my happiness matters more."
That's not what I meant.
Doesn't matter what you meant. It's what you said. And now, when everything's fallen apart, you expect those same people to forgive and forget?
I didn't know they actually dissolved the adoption.
Well, they did. Legally, you're no longer part of this family, so no, I won't help. No, I won't speak to doctors or caretakers or whatever Team Cedric can't handle. And no, I won't explain this to your neighbors or do your errands or help bathe you. You chose your path, Mia. Now walk it. Oh, wait. You can't.
You're cold.
Maybe. Or maybe I just got tired of being the one people stepped on. I learned to survive. I got stronger. And you lost everything you stole.
So what now? You'll just live your life and forget I exist?
That's the plan. I've got a kid to raise, a future to build. And none of that includes you. Goodbye, Mia.
Please, Penny, I'm begging you. I can't do this anymore. I'm at my limit. I can't work overtime because of all the caregiving. They just removed me from the main project. Do you get what that means for my career? And Mia keeps calling me during work hours, demanding I come home and take her to the toilet. Every day is exhausting. I'm drowning.
Then maybe you should start using some welfare services. If you keep trying to do everything by yourself, you're going to collapse.
You think I haven't looked into that? I want to use them, of course I do, but they aren't free, and the more I rely on them, the more they cost. If you helped out, all of this would be fixed.
That's not my problem. I've got my own job and my own life. I don't have the time to be someone else's full-time caregiver, especially not for Mia.
Then tell me how much you're earning. I'll pay whatever you make. If I cover your salary, then you'll help take care of Mia, right?
You're offering to hire me as a caregiver?
Why not? You're a single mom. Your paycheck can't be that big. What, maybe $1,500 a month? That's doable. I'll pay that. You can move in, take care of Mia, and maybe help around the house a little. That's not a bad deal, right?
So, let me get this straight. I go from working a job with regular hours to living in your house and working 24/7 doing personal care, housework, emotional labor, all for the same monthly wage? That sounds less like a job and more like a prison sentence.
Stop complaining. You'd be getting paid just to stay at home. Plus, you wouldn't be paying rent anymore. You really wouldn't be losing anything.
No rent, more time with my kid. I guess if you really think about it, that could be appealing.
Exactly, it's a win-win! Finally, you're being reasonable!
In that case, I'll be expecting $4,000 a month, same as my current salary.
Wait, what? You make that much?
Surprised? I went back to work right after giving birth, thanks to my parents supporting me. I pushed myself harder than I ever thought I could. I kept climbing, getting promoted, proving my worth every single day. And now, I've earned this salary. Oh, and this summer's bonus, that's another $12,000. I assume you'll be matching that too?
Are you kidding me? There's no way I can pay you that much! Do you think I'm made of money?
Then I guess this negotiation is over. Good luck handling it all by yourself.
You're serious? You're just gonna walk away?
You walked away first, Cedric. You made your choice when you left me for my sister. You threw away our marriage, our family, and now you're mad that I'm not offering to rescue the wreckage you made?
I didn't know things would turn out like this!
None of us did, but here we are. You thought chasing your desires would lead to happiness, and now it's led you here. Stuck with a partner who can't move, a career slipping through your fingers, and no support. And suddenly you want me, the woman you betrayed, to fix it for you? No.
I'm not asking for much, just help! You're still family!
You stopped being my family when you made Mia your wife. You and she both burned that bridge. And now that your house is on fire, you want me to come running with a bucket of water? Not happening.
God, I can't believe this! You're really just gonna let me fall apart like this?
I didn't cause this mess. You did. And speaking of which, you still haven't paid child support this month.
You're gonna bring that up now?
Damn right I am. It's 3 months behind, and if it doesn't come in soon, I'll be calling your company. They can garnish your wages if necessary.
Are you some kind of demon? I'm already going through hell, and now you're making it worse?
I'm not a demon. I'm a mother. And I'll do anything to protect my child, even if that means dragging you through court.
You've really changed.
You mean I stopped being a doormat? Yeah, I had to. Life forced me to grow a spine, and I'm not apologizing for it. You made your decisions. You chose Mia. You chose betrayal. And now, you can choose to be a man and deal with the consequences. Or you can keep crying and hope someone else fixes it. But either way, it won't be me.
So that's it? You're not even gonna think about helping?
I did think about it, and I thought, hell no. You're not worth sacrificing my career, my child's peace, and my dignity. Not again. Never again. Cedric was transferred to a department with a fixed schedule that made caregiving easier for his bedridden sister. This move, however, meant he was completely off the fast track for promotions, and his salary was significantly reduced. Every day was a constant exercise in budgeting and cutting costs to make ends meet. Despite the sacrifices Cedric was making, his sister's frustration only grew. Being bedridden, her world had shrunk to eating and sleeping. And she took no small amount of anger out on Cedric. She would lash out with harsh words, screaming that her only joy was food and demanding to be allowed to eat whatever she wanted, as much as she wanted. She insisted that Cedric worked to make her happy and accused him bitterly for the restrictions on her meals. Cedric, who had been patient for a long time, finally snapped. Tensions between them escalated. When his sister's disability pension finally came through, Cedric seized the money entirely for himself. He justified this by thinking that since he was the one providing so much care and support, it was only fair that he controlled the funds. He would say things like, "I'm the one putting in all this effort, so it's only right that I take it." Or mockingly remark, "All you really need is your meals, right?" As a result, almost all of his sister's pension was spent by Cedric, leaving her with very little control or freedom. The atmosphere at home was tense, with resentment and frustration growing on both sides. Cedric's sacrifices were real, but the emotional cost was heavy, and the situation had become a strained balancing act between caregiving duties and personal frustrations. Despite the toxic atmosphere, Cedric continued with his daily routine. Wake up early, prepare his sister's meals, work a job that barely covered their modest expenses, and return home to more demands and complaints. The once dutiful brother was now burnt out and emotionally drained. He rarely smiled anymore, and his eyes always looked tired. Friends had stopped reaching out long ago, tired of being turned down for every invitation. Cedric's world had shrunk just as much as his sister's, though in a different way. His prison was not his body, but his responsibilities. He began to avoid coming home right after work, lingering at convenience stores or sitting in empty parking lots just to delay the inevitable verbal onslaught. Sometimes he would walk for hours with no destination, just needing a break from being screamed at for buying cheaper brands or not seasoning her food just right. Even when he tried to give her small indulgences, a sweet pastry, a favorite dish, she'd either complain about the portion or say it didn't taste like it used to. The emotional toll grew heavier with each passing week. Deep down, Cedric resented what his life had become, yet guilt kept him from walking away.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.